As we had been previously talking about focusing on interviews and job roles, module 1 we talked about the introduction to HR, we talked about the importance of HR in business, we talked about key HR skills, communications, empathy and ethics. Then we talked about the core HR job roles, we talked about HR recruiters, HR journalists, HR business partners, training and development officers, HR operations and employee engagement managers. Now in this module 3 we are going to talk about recruitment process and strategies. Now what does recruitment process and strategies take care of? Workforce planning and job analysis is the one. Second is sourcing techniques, portraits, LinkedIn agencies. Third is screening, shortlisting, and the fourth is application tracking systems. Coming to the first one, workforce planning and job analysis. Now, what does this mean? Workforce planning ensures the right people with the right skills are in the right role at the right time. The first one, workforce planning and job analysis, includes workforce planning ensures the right people with the right skills are in the right role at the right time. That means not wasting any time or anything, clearly and precisely ensuring the right people with the right skills and the right roles at the right time. Second is aligning workforce capabilities with organizational goals. That means it is the job responsibility of workplace planning and job analysis to align workforce capabilities with organizational goals. Whatever the organizational goals are, the workforce capabilities should be aligned accordingly. Helps anticipate hiring needs and avoid talent shortages or surpluses. Now, what does this help? This helps to anticipate hiring needs. The hiring needs are closed and avoid talent shortages or surpluses. Job analysis identifies duties, responsibilities, necessary skills, outcomes, and work environment. Now, job analysis identifies duties, responsibilities, necessary skills, outcomes, and work environments. That means duties are related to specific tasks performed. Responsibilities are broader obligations of the role. Necessary skills are required competencies and qualifications. Outcomes are expected results or deliverables. Work environment is physical and organizational job conditions. That means workplace planning and job analysis relates to workforce plannings. Workforce plannings includes ensuring the right people with the right skills are the right roles on the right time, aligns workforce capabilities with organizational goals, helps anticipate hiring needs and avoids talent shortages or surpluses. Job analysis identifies duties, responsibilities, necessary skills, outcomes, and work environments, which include duties include specific tasks performed. Responsibilities includes necessary skills, required competencies and qualifications should be there. Outcomes are expected results or deliverables. Work environment is physical and organizational job conditions. Coming to the next slide, sourcing techniques, portals, LinkedIn and agencies. Now, if we are taking a job, we are adding our resumes in portals like LinkedIn and agencies. What is sourcing? What do we understand by the word sourcing? Sourcing means the process of actively searching and attracting qualified candidates for current or future job openings using various platforms and networks. Now, this is taken care of. What does sourcing mean? Sourcing is a process which actively searches and attracts qualified candidates for current or future jobs openings using various platforms and networks. That means an HR recruiter is required. We're not going to put him in a soft skill trainer requisition or request. No, he has to be sourced according to his demand, need, request, and CV. So, sourcing is a process of actively searching the right candidate and attracting qualified candidates for current or future job openings. Like whenever we go for a job request, whenever we go for a job profile, we check out what all parameters have been asked for, like what is the experience that has been asked for, what is the age bar that has been asked for, what are other qualifications are required that are asked for. So sourcing the right candidate actively and searching and attracting qualified candidates for current and future job openings is a platform and a network, right? So what are the key sourcing channels? The first one is job portal, the second one is LinkedIn, and the third one is recruitment agencies. There are three kinds of, we are discussing about three kinds of resourcing sourcing techniques which we use in job taking our jobs. The first one is job portals. We go on platforms like Naukri.com, Indeed, Monster, and Shine, used for posting jobs and accessing large resume database. That means the person who is in need of a job and the person who is giving the job, the employee who has to take the job and the employer who has to give a job, according to his requirement, put their details in the platforms like Naukri, Monster, and Shine, so that whatever is required according to their resumes, according to their skills, according to their experiences, they get the same profiles by the company. They are provided employment according to the portfolios they carry. So these are the platforms like Naukri, Monster, and Shine, on which candidates drop in their resumes with all the necessary informations required, and the employer picks it from there. Let that be a company, a job promoter, or an XYZ person who is into recruitment, or HR analysts as well. Used for posting jobs and accessing large resume database. This is used for posting jobs, accessing large resumes database. There are n number of n number of resumes on these portals, and we have a search button, a search bar, where we look for our requirement, select the candidate, take the candidate from there, get in touch with the candidate. If he is selected, gets the job. So the first platform where key sourcing channels are Naukri, Monster, Shine. LinkedIn. Second one is LinkedIn, professional networking site for reaching active and passive candidates. Now, what do we understand by active and passive candidates? Active candidate is a person who is actively working and still posting for better requirements, and passive candidate is a candidate who is looking forward for a job and is very much into professionalism and requiring for a job profile for professional networking sites like LinkedIn. He is in need of a job, he knows this is a professional site, he drops in his resume over there, accordingly he searched, selected, he gets the job profile from there, takes the interview, gets selected. So this is such a platform wherein we enhance our requirements as per our needs, wherein our needs are taken care of as per our requirements. Coming to the other point, used for direct outreach, job postings, and employer branding. Now, what is this LinkedIn used for? It's used for direct outreach. Either you reach out directly, job postings, either you post jobs required, and employer branding, or the employer brands it. Recruitment agencies. What is the job of a recruitment agency? External firms specializations in talent acquisitions, and useful for niche roles, bulk hiring, or when in-house resources are limited. Now, what does a recruitment agency do? A recruitment agency externally firms specializations in talent acquisitions or useful these are useful for niche roles, small roles, wherein bulk hiring is a very major and important plays a very important and major role in this, and when in-house resources are limited, when you have in-house resources limited, where you don't take feedbacks on the parameters of knowing people, asking people for search jobs of something. No, where you directly get in touch with the recruitment agencies, you give them their requirements, and they find in candidates for your requirements, send them across to you, and they are evaluated, they are shortlisted, and then they get the jobs. So sourcing techniques, portals, LinkedIn, and agencies are certain sources wherein you get jobs. The first one is we talked about job portals, the second one we talked about LinkedIn, and the third one we talked about recruitment agencies. We described how the key sourcing is done as far as the job portals are concerned. What are the platforms in this? The platforms are Naukri, Monster, and Shine. And how do they work? How do they extract the required datas? How do they create platforms for the people who are looking forward for jobs? Then is LinkedIn. This is a professional networking site from wherein active and passive both the candidates look forward for jobs, where it is used for direct and outreach job postings and employer brandings. Then we talked about the recruitment agencies, wherein the companies get back to the recruitment agencies. They are given or submitted with whatever requirements the company has, and according to those requirements the company asks for the employees, and the recruitment agency extracts certain database, takes bulk hirings from their agencies, underlines them, refreshes, and then posts further to the employees, where and when the employee gets in touch with the agency and is shortlisted, is candidated, is recruited after all the parameters are covered. Coming to the third, we would be talking about screening and shortlisting. What do we understand by screening and shortlisting? What is screening and shortlisting? A critical stage in recruitment process where candidates are evaluated and filtered based on their qualifications, skills, and suitability for the role. This is called screening. It is a critical stage where the recruitment process goes after the evaluation, filtering based on their qualifications, skills, and suitability for the role. That means any company having an XYZ requirement, let that be a soft skill, let that be a hardware, let that be a software, let that be a technical requirement, let that be a managerial requirement, let that be help desk, let that be customer executive, let that be minimum qualification required, maximum qualification required, any particular skill required. According to all these suitabilities, the roles are confirmed. So this is what we call screening and short listing. X number of resumes are there. We previously in the previous slide talked about the Naukri.com, Monster.com, Shine, LinkedIn. We saw how the recruitment agencies work. Now we are talking about the screening and shortlisting of these particular resumes, wherein the screening is done within a critical stage of recruitment process where candidates are evaluated and filtered based on the qualifications, skills, and suitability of the role. Key steps involved in this are: resume screening is done, preliminary assessment is done, phone video screening is done, shortlisting candidates is done, and communicating with the applicant is done. Once the screening is done, once the shortlisting is done, what is the next parameter which is covered? It is the resume screening. What is the resume screening? Reviewing application to match essential job criteria. We already have a job criteria. We are very specifically described with the job criteria, and if the resume is suiting the job criteria, we review it with the application which we have. We match the essentials, we match the job portfolios and the criterias, and if it is matched, then we go for the preliminary assessment. Now what is this preliminary assessment? It is checking for the required skill, experience and certification. If in the job essential it is very specifically mentioned that a particular skill is required for the job, a particular experience is required for the job, or a particular certification is required for the job, the candidate should have all three of them. He should match the essentials with the job application which are related to the skills, their experience and certification, all three of them. Then the third round would be of phone video screening. Now what does this phone video screening mean? It means conducting brief interviews to assess communication, attitude and fit. Once we are done with the job application and the criterias, once we are done with the checking for required skills, experience and certifications, then comes the parameter where we evaluate the candidate on the phone and video screening. The phone screening is done on conducting brief interviews to assess communication, attitude and fit. We take the candidate's interview and we understand with normal questions how is he in communication, how is he in answering, where we take his parameter on his attitude, and is he fit in the first round, does he qualify for the interview where communication and attitude are concerned. Then coming to the next, we would be shortlisting the candidate for creating a list of top candidates for future evaluation. If our candidate is fitting the profile criteria, if we have checked with the required skills, experiences and certifications, if we have conducted interviews related to his communication, attitude and fit, then we create a list of top candidates for further evaluation. All the 3, 4, 5, 6 parameters are evaluated and the candidate is best suitable for all these parameters. Then he is shortlisted for further evaluation and communicating with the applicant, updating shortlists and not shortlisting candidates on next steps. We update the shortlisted candidates and we do not uplist the shortlisted candidates who are not ready for the first step. So we evaluate the candidates on the parameters of job criteria, on the parameters of checking for their required skills, experiences and certifications, for conducting brief interviews and assessing communication, attitude and fit. Then we create a top candidate schedule sheet where those candidates who are not shortlisted are dropped down and the candidates who are shortlisted are kept on top priority. Screening and shortlisting is done with this parameter where we understand that a stage in the recruitment process where candidates evaluate and filter based on the qualification, skills and suitability of the role. What are the major steps which are taken in this? Resume screening is done, preliminary assessment is done, phone video screening is done, shortlisting candidates is done, and communicating with applicants is the last stage of screening and shortlisting. Coming to the next is applicant tracking system, which is called the ATS. Now what does ATS stand for? ATS stands for an applicant tracking system, is recruitment software that automates and streamlines the hiring process, helping HR manage applications effectively. This application tracking system, it is very difficult to take a bulk of resumes and go through them one by one, check all the parameters one by one, shortlist them one by one. It is time consuming, it is not at all effective. So what is this software dealing into? This software is ATS is an automated streamlining process which helps HR teams manage applications effectively. Now, what are the key functions of this ATS? Resume collections, candidate ranking, application tracking, interview scheduling, communication automation, and data and analytics. After all these 6 parameters are covered, the application tracking system does this. Again, why is it important? To save time, to save energy, and to save focus. An application tracking system is a software that automates and streamlines the hiring process, helping the HR teams manage applications effectively. What are the key responsibilities and functions of this ATS? Gathers applications from job portals, emails, and career sites. The first one is, how does this software function? The first functioning of the software is that it collects resumes from applications like job portals, emails, and career sites. The first thing he does, that it collects the resumes from application, job portals, emails, and career sites. The second one is candidate ranking, filters and rank applications based on job specific keywords and criterias. The second function of this portal is to filter the resumes as far as the rank applicants are concerned, job specifications are concerned, and keywords and criterias are concerned. The first key function is to take the job resumes from portals like emails, career sites, and the second is candidate booking, filtering the candidates as per the rank applications based on job specifications, keywords, and criterias. The third one is application tracking, monitoring candidates' progress across various recruitment stages. Once we have taken the resumes from the portals, from emails and career sites, we filter those resumes, rank those resumes. Applicants are based on job specific keywords and criterias. After this, applications of the candidates are put in progress across various recruitment stages. Then comes the time where interview scheduling is done, simplifies coordination between recruiters and candidates. It simplifies coordinations between recruitments and candidates. That means interviews are simplified between the recruiters and the candidates. The recruiters give the calls to the candidates and they tell them their specifications, simplify them, and coordinate with them for this particular zone. Once the resume collection is done, once the candidate ranking is done, once the application tracking is done, then the recruiters speak with the candidates, coordinate with the candidates, tell them that their resumes have been shortlisted for these XYZ job areas where they would be required to come, walk in, or talk on mobility and be available for interviews. Scheduling is done. After this comes communication automation, sends updates and notifications to applicants through the process. As per the process, the communication to the applicants is done for the interviews based on their job portals based on their job profiles, based on their qualification, based on their expertise, and based on the company requirement as of when it is required. There is a particular process of communication which is taken care of through sending updates and notifications to the employees, to the applicants through the process. Data and analysis generates reports to evaluate hiring performances and improves future strategies. Once the resume collection is done, candidate ranking is done, application tracking is done, interview scheduling is done, communication automation is done, then the data and analytics is done by generating reports to evaluate hiring performances and improve future strategies. We'll be again talking about applicant tracking system. What does this applicant tracking system do? This applicant tracking system is a software which indulges in automating and streamlining the hiring process, helps HR manage applications effectively, and the key functions of this ATS software is resume collection, candidate ranking, application tracking, interview scheduling, communication automation, and data analysis, where they gather applications from the job portals, emails, and career sites, where they filter and rank applicants based on job specification, keywords, and criterias, where monitoring candidate progress according to various recruitments are concerned, simplifies coordination between recruitments and candidates, sends updates and notifications to the employees through the process, and generates reports to evaluate hiring performances and improve further strategies. Now, taking a short look at what we have studied. In module 3, we talked about recruitment process and strategies. We talked about workforce planning and job analysis. Workforce planning means ensuring the right people with the right skill are in the right role at the right time, aligns workforce capabilities with organizational goals, helps anticipate hiring needs and avoid talent shortages or surpluses. Job analysis is duties, responsibilities, necessary skills, outcome, and work environment. Then we talked about sourcing technologies, portals, LinkedIn, and agencies. We talked about what sourcing means. It means it's a process of actively searching and attracting qualified candidates for current or future job openings using various platforms and networks. Key resourcing areas are job portals, LinkedIn, and recruitment agencies. We saw how job portals, LinkedIn, and recruitment agencies work. Then we talked about the screening and shortlisting. We talked how critical stage this is, screening and shortlisting, where candidates are evaluated and filtered based on their qualification, skills, and suitability for the role. We talked about the key responsibility areas of this: resume screening, preliminary assessment, phone video screening, shortlisting, and communicating with the applicants. We talked about applicant tracking system, which is the ATS software, where they deal into automating and streamlining these managing applicant efficiencies. Key functions of this are resume collections, candidate ranking, application tracking, interview scheduling, communication automating, data and analysis, where we saw how we gather applications, job portals, emails, and career sites. How do we filter these resumes? How do we monitor these resumes? How do we simply coordinate with the recruiters and candidates? How do we send informations and notifications to the candidates? And how do we generate reports? Thank you.